Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. I hope you're doing well. So today's video, I'm going to be sharing everything that I eat in a day, and specifically I'm going to be featuring a few recipes that I've seen gone viral on TikTok. So just things that I've seen everyone making, and I tried them out and I think they are actually worth the hype. So we're going to be making a breakfast sandwich, green goddess salad, baked feta pasta, and then I have a really easy 2-ingredient mug cake recipe that I think you guys are gonna love. Before I get started, I wanna thank Skillshare for sponsoring today's video. I do have a link in the description box, and the first 1,000 people who use it can get a free 1-month trial with Skillshare, and I'll say a bit about them later, but for now, let's go ahead and dive into our breakfast recipe. This is kind of showcasing more so a cooking technique or a hack rather than a specific recipe. So you can definitely apply this technique to really any of your favorite breakfast sandwich ingredients. I'm a really big fan of this Hooray brand vegan bacon. If you can get your hands on it, I went ahead and crisped up a few strips of that ahead of time. If you can't find this, the Sweet Earth Benevolent Bacon and the Light Life Smart Strips are a bit more easily accessible. Heat up your skillet, and I would recommend, if your skillet isn't super nonstick, using a fair bit of butter or oil because you really don't want your eggs to stick for this cooking hack to work. So in my case, I just measured out 2 eggs worth of Just Egg. Now you're going to take 2 slices of your favorite sandwich bread. I have Dave's Killer bread here. Place them in the pan with your egg and then give them a flip so that both sides are coated with the egg. As soon as the bottom of the egg has set enough for you to safely flip it, go ahead and do so. Now you're going to go in with any ingredients you'd like to put in your sandwich. In my case, I have some American style cheese. Then I'm adding in my pre-crisped vegan bacon. And once your vegan egg is set, you're going to go ahead and fold in all the edges. And then you're going to fold the 2 sides of your sandwich together. And I wanted to share another variation of this sandwich that is a little bit fancier. Pesto eggs were trending on TikTok recently as well. So I have some pre-made vegan pesto, and same method, but I spread a little bit of the pesto on each side of the bread, layered on a few slices of turkey-style deli slices. For the cheese, I used some provolone instead of the American style. I still added the crispy bacon just to make it super duper deluxe. And I highly recommend this combination. I love pesto so much. Hey, I hope you're enjoying the video so far. I wanted to pause to say just a few quick words about the sponsor of today's video, Skillshare, which is an online learning community that offers classes in thousands of different topics, everything from creative writing, graphic design, business, marketing, web development, you name it. I've been taking classes through Skillshare since 2018. I've taken so many different ones, some things for my business, and then I took a few other creative classes kind of just for me. Eric and I have a band, and we have been putting out original music recently. So currently I'm taking a class all about singing. It is called Singing Made Easy, Complete Vocal Training System, and there's so much material in here. The teacher is Gabriel Borafato, who is a longtime vocal coach, and he's also been on Broadway, so it's nice to know that I'm learning from someone who really has expertise in this area. This class in particular had over 700 reviews and over 30,000 students, so it definitely piqued my interest. A few years ago, I was taking in-person vocal lessons each week, and I really just appreciate that Skillshare is a very affordable option. I can do it from the comfort of my own home. If you are interested in trying out Skillshare for yourself, I'm gonna have a link in the description box, and the first 1,000 people to use it can sign up for a free 1-month trial with Skillshare. It's a great way to begin exploring your creativity. Okay, I feel like the key to maximum textural satisfaction with salads is to cut the ingredients as finely as you can, especially the cabbage. So make sure that you are using a nice sharp chef's knife, or if you have a food processor that came with a shredding attachment, a shredding disc, I think you could get away with using that too, and it would probably speed up the process quite a bit. For the cucumber, this is optional, but I do like to remove the seeds because they shed a lot of extra moisture. So you can do that by cutting the cucumber in half, scooping the seeds out with a spoon, or in my case, I just like to cut them out with a knife. The recipe as written does contain a lot of raw oniony things. It has scallions, chives, and shallots. I am not the biggest fan of an overwhelming raw oniony flavor, so I do reduce all those ingredients just a little bit to my preference. And now once we have all the ingredients for our salad base finely chopped, you can go ahead and add them all to a big mixing bowl and give them a preliminary mix, and we're going to move on to our dressing. And this green goddess dressing, I feel like would be good for not only this salad, but for pasta. It could be made and used as a dip for crackers, crudités. It's really delicious. You can also customize it. It kind of reminds me of pesto as written. So the bulk of the dressing is actually a combination of fresh spinach and fresh basil. Now I have made it a few times with different combinations of fresh herbs. I've made it with cilantro, so feel free to get creative. Along with the spinach and the herbs, you're going to add quite a bit of fresh lemon juice. Then some vinegar. The recipe calls for rice vinegar. I actually prefer to use either apple cider or white wine vinegar. Some extra virgin olive oil, salt, nutritional yeast, and then a handful of nuts. The recipe says you can use walnuts or cashews. And then lastly, a clove or two of garlic and some shallot. And then you're just going to blend that all up until it's nice and creamy. Then you can pour it over your salad base and mix it all up really thoroughly to coat every last inch. And you just have this really delicious, crunchy, creamy, savory, flavorful salad. Okay. A little bit of a taste test here. I will just let you know that this makes a gigantic batch as written, so definitely cut it down if you don't want to be eating it for the rest of the week. I happen to have no problem with that. I really like it. You can treat it like a meal prep item if you want to. It keeps really well for several days. Everyone that I've seen make this on social media has eaten it by scooping it up with a chip or a cracker, which I would do, but I don't have any right now, so we're gonna do it the old-fashioned way. It's just so good. I've made it so many times and I never get tired of it. There's just a lot going on. Do you know what I mean? The texture is really satisfying. It's very crunchy. There's so many different flavors in the dressing. It's like well balanced. It's creamy, tangy, and savory from the nooch, and it's refreshing. So like, it's just like the perfect salad. Oh, if you wanted to like put this over the top, I would add like toasted nuts and seeds, like slivered almonds, toast them in a pan, like just extra crunch, or like the wonton strips, or like tortilla strips. I might have to do that. 10 out of 10 for me. Baked by Melissa has a lot of interesting salad recipes on her TikTok, and I really want to try more of them too. So if I do a future installment of this, you'll probably see one of those. You want to put about 8 ounces of vegan feta in the middle of a baking dish, and then add in 2 pints of cherry or grape tomatoes. You can add however much garlic you like. I kind of went ham because I love garlic so much. I added an entire head, and just to make quick work of it, I used my garlic press. And then optionally, you can add in some diced onion, or in my case, I added a minced shallot. Drizzle that with some extra virgin olive oil. Season it with salt and pepper to preference. You can also add in some dried herbs at this point if you like, or some extra garlic powder or onion powder. And then pop it in the oven at 400 degrees for about 40 minutes. It will kind of depend on the brand of vegan feta you use as well, because all of them have slightly different oil and moisture content, so just keep an eye on it. When it comes out of the oven, you can use the back of a fork just to kind of mash the tomatoes a little bit and make a nice creamy sauce. Then you can optionally add in a handful of fresh chopped basil or parsley. Then you're going to add in your pre-cooked pasta. I really like using cavatappi. The last recipe is a super easy 2-ingredient mug cake. It's originally made with Oreos, and all you do is mash Oreos together with milk, any kind, until you achieve like a cake batter consistency. Pop it in the microwave between 1 and 2 minutes, kind of depends on the power of your microwave. Sometimes people will add an extra like whole Oreo in the middle of the cake so that the Oreo cream kind of gets all gooey. Or I've seen people add like a square of chocolate into the middle, so you've got like a molten center. Today, I'm gonna be trying it with Biscoff cookies, lotus cookies. I'm not entirely sure what they're called, speculoos. Then I'm just gonna add a little bit of cookie butter in the middle, and I feel like it's gonna be good, right? Texture looks good. I can't imagine it would be bad.
It smells really nice. Good.
It's literally just Biscoff cookies and milk.
Really?
And I put some cookie butter in the middle. It's a little dry, but I'm gonna have it with milk anyway.
I like that. Like if I really wanted dessert, and like we didn't, like I wanted something like hot and baked, like that's good. It like hits the spot. You know.
I'm like shocked at the texture.
What's shocking you about it? Like which
That
part?
it got so fluffy and there's no like baking soda or anything in it. It's pretty cool. I think you could probably do this with like any store-bought cookie. I've seen it done with Chips Ahoy, Oreos.
Thin mint? Someone try it with thin mints and report back. Or you try it and report back. Do we still have?
that? No, we ate
No,
them
we
all.
ate them all. Okay.
Okay. Thank you.
I approve. Good job, Sarah. Good job, TikTok.
All right, guys, thank you so much for hanging out with me today. Maybe I put some viral recipes on your radar that you can try. If there are any that you have come across on TikTok or Reels that you think I should try, please let me know. Leave them in a comment down below. I would appreciate it. And I will see you very soon.